Denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula may sound pretty straightforward.
It means they get rid of their nukes. Very simple.
But in reality, it is much more complicated, both technically and politically. Experts say there are three basic steps to denuclearization. First, production of new weapons and fissile material like enriched uranium and plutonium must stop. Next, nuclear facilities must be closed and rendered inoperable. And finally, the existing weapons stockpiles must be safely dismantled. There are signs the DPRK has already begun the first two steps, halting testing.
The DPRK will stop nuclear tests and launches of intercontinental ballistic missiles from April 21st, 2018.
And at least partially destroying a test site.
Today's explosion proved very successful.
But satellite surveillance suggests the DPRK may still be enriching uranium and have undisclosed facilities and weapons hidden throughout the country. Dismantling the existing arsenal would likely mean transporting them to a secure location in a country with advanced nuclear expertise like Russia or the United States. A robust verification system will be key to any agreement.
The IAEA is the only international organization that has the experience and capability to monitor and verify the nuclear-related activities.
Beyond the technical aspects, there are considerable political challenges to denuclearization. In exchange for giving up its weapons, the DPRK will receive concessions from the U.S., including sanctions relief and security assurances.
This would be with Kim Jong-un something where he'd be there, he'd be in his country, he'd be running his country. His country would be very rich.
Timing will be key to any denuclearization effort.
When the U.S. talks about denuclearization, they want it to be a short, easy process. For the North Korean side, when they talk about denuclearization, it's not just them coming and bringing their nukes and putting them on the table and saying, what can we get for this? But it's, it's an action-for-action process. It's one where they need to be normalized relations over time. And the question is whether they can agree to a mutual timing factor as to, can they come to agreement on the timing where they can really actually move forward.
A denuclearization effort of this scale has simply never been attempted before. In the early 1990s, South Africa dismantled 6 of its nuclear weapons and 1 partially completed weapon. But the DPRK is thought to have 30 to 60 nuclear weapons. Even if both sides agree to do this as quickly as possible, the effort will likely take years. Jim Spellman, CGTN, Washington.